I am back once again. It's been a little bit and I apologize for that. I've been kind of busy. But I am happy to hop on here. So this is going to be your Sunday video. You can just chill and spend the day with me. But more and more, I feel like the longer I am in Liberia, I am trying to understand the root cause of some of our problems here in Liberia and how we can go about it. Not just the formality or not just the surface issues that we see, because we all do dearly want Liberia to become better. But what are those things that we must do to make Liberia better? I'm going to talk about some of those in this video, so stay tuned. Hey, welcome to my channel, new subscribers, potential subscribers. If you're new here, follow this journey of relocating from the US to the motherland, some of the issues that we're facing and how we need to address those issues, some of my personal experience here in Liberia. Started out in Ghana, transitioned to Liberia, kind of in between a little bit, until we can fully move. But I've been here most of this year, all of this year actually, and it's June already. And if you need more insight about Liberia, you want to hit the subscribe button and hit that notification button, so when videos come out, you get to know right away. Don't get told, don't be told. So today I am going to talk about some of the issues, root cause issues that we need to address to move Liberia forward. I don't care how long you've been away from Liberia. Liberia is home, okay? Liberia, your earliest memories of Liberia, even being so far gone for so long, are pleasant ones. And I'm not talking about the war and all of that. I'm talking about the culture, the people, growing up as a kid and all of that, like just that sense of community. It's a good feeling. And somehow, the longer you stay away from that, you lose that sense. And depending on the community that you find yourself abroad, you lose that sense. But once you reconnect to that, it all starts to come back. So we'll always have a tie to this land, even if it is not in our generation to enjoy the fruit of this land. We want to lay the foundations for our children to enjoy this land, for our grandchildren to have an option. The West is just one option. And if you have your kids limited to just the West, you're not doing them any justice. We've been limited to the West, and we all know what that means for the past, I don't know how many years. You tend to lose your sense of identity, your sense of belonging. You feel like you're always working extra hard to prove a point to people who ain't just gonna get it, you know? And you need that second option to step away from that place if you need. And the best part of it is, for those who have traveled, you will always have that option. And that's why I always say America is always going to be a part of me, a part of my story. I'm grateful to God for that part. But I'm also happy that I have this part, Liberia, as an option for me and my family. And I am trying to do my best to put things in place so that my children too can have this as an option. They're not going to have to work triple to prove themselves, to prove that they're qualified, to prove that they're able, to prove that they deserve their achievements or what they get over there. So how do you go about doing that, especially if the second option doesn't really seem attractive. Um, Liberians, we tend to, and so there are a couple of traits that we have. Maybe it's learned traits, but it hasn't really served us well. Um, and maybe too, we've been through so much. Everything is like trauma connected or trauma triggered or related, because we do not like to struggle for things. And we in our lifetime, we've gone through a lot of struggles. Liberians are resilient people, but I feel like we've gotten burnt out from the struggles. So nobody wants to put in no extra struggle, especially if they don't have to. So when I get questions like, you left America to come here? Like that shock that they experience when they hear that I've relocated as young as I am. People are shocked. They just don't get that I would choose an option that is less attractive or rewarding to the other option. No one wants, it's like you're picking struggle. Why are you picking struggle? Aren't you tired of struggling? Aren't you tired of living? So people are tired. People are burnt out. So they don't want to come, like coming to Liberia, and that's one reason why people are like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready to go through that or if I'm ready to do that, you know. So, and that is actually hindering moving Liberia forward. We're hoping that the government, whoever we put here in place, should just make things happen, should just get Liberia from Liberia to Nigeria status, or from Liberia to America status, at least halfway, and then we can come back. And the truth of the matter is, that's not gonna happen. I'm sorry to say, but that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. It needs us. Liberia needs us. And so I've been trying to pay attention to like other countries like Nigeria and Ghana and Sierra Leone. I've been paying attention in Kenya, like those places that are thriving. We're not making comparisons because Liberians do not like to compare. They don't know healthy competition per se. It's either envious, jealousy related, like they're not able to compare and take out the good out of something and thrive with that. It always has to be a fight. So when you hear someone compare Liberia to Ghana, people will get pissed and complain about that. But you have to be able to compare and then look at the situations. Why is this other country thriving and this is not thriving? They're not very far from each other. Is it the government? Is it the resources? Is it the mindset? Is it like you have to be able to analyze those things to actually pay attention to how to move your country forward? And that's kind of what I've been paying attention to. I've been trying to learn why. And I don't think I have the answer to all of the questions, but there are a couple of them that I want to highlight here. So just about 20 years ago, I would say, Ghana was in the same state as Liberia. They didn't really have much. If you went to Ghana, the houses that you would live in, like they still have some older Ghanaian homes, models in Ghana, that when you go in that house, you're like, I am not living in here. Like those ones that have the window in the living room to the kitchen, not like those open bar window that you pass things. No, like window with the glass and window glasses and everything in there. And I'm like, why do you need a window from in the living room to the dining room? A glass window, a window from the living room to the room. Like it just didn't make sense. And it had a lot of partitions. The ceilings were low. Like they built based on the older models. And how did that transition? How did that change? Ghanaians they have healthy competitive behavior. They never settle for anything. They're always looking for the best next thing, right? So Nigeria started with the house trend. They started building some really big homes. We would see it in those Nigerian movies and stuff. And you would get inspired. However, the average Ghanaian did not have the resources to build those massive homes that we saw in Nigerian movies back then. The people who actually had the capital and had the mindset and had the vision to start building those modern big homes were the Ghanaians that had traveled outside of Ghana, that had some income that was above average, that could return and build those level of homes. Until they could start doing that, they were stuck with the older models. So I'm sure the earlier people that went back and tried renting, they caught a lot of hard time, like we are now in Liberia, because you're like, oh my gosh, I can't find anything up to the standard that I'm used to, but I have to manage. But then the more people, another thing is Ghanaians are very country focused. So even when they're abroad, they're paying attention to back home. You would work with a Ghanaian or a Nigerian and you would see them working triple time. If Liberians would love to chill, y'all know we like to chill, especially summertime, we'd be willing to give all those shifts out so we can go chill, those barbecues. And those people would collect all the shifts from us. A common man will be working so much, and half of that money, or if not almost all, will be building a massive estate back home. And if they just show you picture, I worked with a couple of them that showed me picture of resorts that they were building back home, and I couldn't imagine, I couldn't believe it. And when they finally decide to go back home, they have established when they finally decide to go back home, they have established a massive modern structure that now everyone wants to go to because it's above average. And they're doing these things even while they're away. So the more people started to do those things while they're away, when they completed, some of them came back home. Majority of those who came back home brought a different sense of culture and above average standard of living. And that's the thing about social adaptation, social influence, social norm, informal ones that would form. It's just based on the infiltration of people from different areas. It just has a way of influencing the norms or the culture in that particular place. So the more people will come back, the more of the Western mindset they would bring, the more of that vision they will bring, the more of that contemporary way of doing things or structures or designs and ideas they would bring back. And once they started, those who were not ready to come yet, once they started to see, oh, look at that resort over there. Oh, look at that house. And look at this restaurant. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. I gotta go visit Ghana this year. They started to come back and they saw the opportunity. Oh, well, if that person could open that restaurant, if they could open that bar, if they could open that cafe, I have to do something. Going back now, I have a focus. I'm gonna work and do this. I'm not ready to come yet, but this is what I'm gonna put in place. And they start to do that. And then more Ghanaians started to come back. The more they came back, they started to do some massive stuff all over the place. And the government has their part. It's not just the citizens. So there are things government has to put in place to make that easy. And that is a different topic. But there can also be demand from the people to the government. The more of us that come here and demand more, we're going to see a shift in our government. A lot of the people who are based here never left the country. They have gotten so used to struggle that they are just used to struggle. So they, instead of complaining, they just accept it. What would I do? Accept it. A group of returnees that move in a certain area that has no running water, or water and sewer has not even gotten there, can demand, put pressure on the government to bring that there because they live there. The more of us living in a community that has no good, let's say, street lights and those kind of things, we can demand that as well. So we too, as we come, we can put pressure on the government to make things happen. So, but what I'm trying to say is Ghanaians came back first and foremost. Then that started to attract, and they started to enjoy their country. They started to enjoy it. They started to, the modern things made it attractive. Like they would do things and not even miss the West because they had it all there. They could go to the spa, do like everything you think you can do abroad. They would be able to do that regardless of the systemic issues and all of that. They would be able to live a decent life. Then the non-Ghanaians got attracted to that. And that is what brought a whole bunch of us, non-Ghanaians, the number of non-Ghanaians that are living in Ghana, pumping money into that economy is overwhelming, is ridiculous. A lot of people are living in there. And they can now go there because they have homes that meet their standard. They have restaurants that they can go to. They won't be bored. They have a social life. They can travel outside of Accra. They can enjoy the beaches. There's just so much to do. So people feel comfortable going there. Same as Nigeria. And now we're looking at Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is also on that trend. A lot of Sierra Leoneans are moving back. They're building things. They're building resorts in Sierra Leone. They just launched opened their big international airport that looks amazing. I saw that Liberia sent a delegate to Sierra Leone to get more information on how they went about their airport and stuff like that, which is great. We're learning from other people, so that's awesome. And they too are on that trend. Sierra Leoneans are going back. It's not a perfect place yet, but the number of people that are returning is increasing. The number of houses that you can find that looks decent and affordable is also on the rise. Is becoming attractive. Mind you, Liberians now are leaving Liberia to go to Sierra Leone for vacation. Isn't that embarrassing? And people are proud about it. They went for a vacation to Sierra Leone. We're going to Sierra Leone for vacation. They have beautiful resorts in the country, in nature, like it's lovely, and we're going there. Liberia, I do believe in my heart, Liberia is gonna have a phase where we have an influx of returnees. Because when you look around, you're seeing people building. There are people, so we're in that building phase, right? We're building. People have not returned yet, but people are building. And when people are building, that's an investment. They won't just build an empty place and leave it. Once that place is complete, they'll start to come. So right now we're in the building phase. I think we're going to transition into the people returning phase. And then there would be the phase now where we would begin to attract non-Liberians to come here. But there are a lot of people still sitting back and not doing anything. And going back to what I was saying about giving your children a second option, join the group, join the bandwagon to be a part of the building phase. And we're not just building homes. Build homes that are modern, build homes that are above average, build homes that will wow the regular Liberian, inspire them to do more, better. Build homes that would make other people want to come back. and build similar homes. And then also invest in the business arena. Every sector Liberia is lacking. Invest in businesses. Open beautiful bakeries. Um, Bakeries that you've learned your skills over there. Bring that back. Let us be able to go somewhere and eat a delicious piece of chocolate velvet cake, whatever, if that is even or a tiramisu cake, or eat a really good cheesecake. Business may not be thriving all year. People tend to return towards the end of the year, and you get people to come to your place, People in Liberia want to go out, they want to go places, but they're sick of going to the same place. I've been here 5 months, almost 6 months. I'm sick of going to the same place. So I just stay home, and it's boring. It feels like the house is caving in on me. If we had different places, we would go. So don't feel like, oh, money is not in the country, so if I open this business, I will lose. And go outside the box, Don't do what other people are doing. Liberians like to copy each other. We all can't have the same businesses. Do something different, something that you see in the US, in the UK, in Australia that is just unique. Bring that idea, do it. You'll be surprised people will come and support you. And even if the people on the ground are not familiar with that type of business yet, we who are from abroad will appreciate it and we will come. They have the expat community here is huge. The returnee community here is also growing. So there are people that can afford that will come out. So do that. Open, I don't know, just give us something. Give us something to do and places to go. We're lacking things for our children. Open places, resorts outside of Liberia. Go. Even on the dirt road, we will drive on the dirt road and come. We just need road to the place. We will drive on the dirt road. We have some non-native Liberians that come to Liberia to go to Robertsport and do surfing. They'll drive on the dirt road. How many resorts do we have now in Liberia? You can count it on one hand. That is sad. Sad. Liberians, come on, let's do better. We have Labasa. If y'all want to dare me, we have Labasa. We have Nana Lodge in Robertsport. They just opened, I think they call it Wakolo or something in Robertsport. The same owner of Labasa is the one that opened that. We have Cocoon Lodge. That's 4 in Marshall. And then we just now opened the Nimba Mountain Lodge. I think it's called something else, but that one, 5. Those are the 5. If you know any other one resort that I'm not naming, please say it. But those are the 5 that I know. 5 in the country outside of Monrovia. So, and people do go there. Regular Liberians that live here go there, So we need more of that to attract people to come back. We need to decentralize those things. Don't feel anyhow putting it outside of Central Monrovia. People will still come. Just make it decent. Don't do that Liberia thing where the wire is hanging all over. It has no good lighting. The paint is just a mess, and people won't come there. You see, when we're not dressed up fine, they won't go to nice places and take pictures. We ain't about to be coming to all kind of places then. So do the thing nice once and for all. And then you will get your customers. You will get people coming in. So yeah, so more people need to come for us to populate Liberia and put some demand on things that we need, expectations on things and how things are supposed to be or should be advanced. And we do that through returning, building, investing in the economy, the business arena, and then teaching. We have to be able to teach those who are here. Liberia is very limited when it comes to the educational sector and the diversity of the different programs and specializations. So we do not have knowledge or experts in many different areas were limited. Many different areas that were lacking because of lack of knowledge. There's a gap in there. So we need to come back and teach. The more of us that come back and teach our skills and our talent and our ability, a lot more of us can do things and do it the right way. And the teaching starts from even just the people around you, like the housekeepers that will come in your home. A lot of them are not patient. They don't want to do things the way you want to do it. They want to do it the way they do it. Being patient with them and teaching them why that is the right way or why you prefer it that way. And man, I got plenty of story time about that. But yeah, teaching them, even the way they talk to you. We go to the local furnitures. We do not feel proud to take those local furnitures and put it in our home because some of us have above average standards of things. And if you're beating or cutting corners and just slapping things around and doing, we're not going to patronize you as much as we want to. I won't be able to live with that in my house. It will bother me. Um, so, and if I had the knowledge to make that better, I would apply it. I would provide it. So those who have those knowledge can come back and provide that training to those people so that they can start to do things a little better in all the different areas. And that's how we get a better Liberia, my people. That's how we get a lot of better Liberia. I don't even want to make this video long. That's just how Liberia becomes better. That's how the white man starts to get attracted to Liberia and start to come. That's how the Nigerians and Ghanaians start to come to Liberia for vacation. Ghanaians go to Nigeria for vacation. Ghanaians go to Sierra Leone for vacation. Ghanaian goes to Kenya for vacation. Nigerian, like people are going from country to country in Africa. Who comes to ours? What's here for people to actually come for a vacation to boost our economy? Nothing. Liberians are the ones going to those places. But we can't attract non-Liberians until we Liberians come ahead and do the work. We Liberians invest. My little shop that I'm opening, I'm not in the place where I'm going to be living off of it. So it's okay if 2-3 months it doesn't do well and another 2-3 months it does well. That's fine. It's okay if everyone can go there. The customers that can go there, that's fine. Consistency over the period. People start to get used to the product and what you provide, and they'll come. We need to be willing to take risk. We need to be able to put things down that are not the ordinary, and then start from there. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to us about. So if you're thinking about moving, bravo. If you're building, that's awesome. If you're thinking about businesses but you don't know what to go into, you can reach out to me. If you're on the fence and you don't know yet, trust me, there are many things you can do here. Retail businesses are hard to do when you're not on the ground. Real estate might be the way to go. Build small units, rent it out to us who are coming. There are people who want to come back. They have not started building yet. They're sick of America. They just want to get out. But they don't have decent places to be. They will rent from you. You can be sitting in America and be making money here. But build it above standard, above average, so that you can attract those other people. The Lebanese places that they have, super decent. But they too want to get rich off of us. How in the world you be renting a place for $2,000? They may put a lot of money in it, yeah, but $2,000 is just ridiculous for the housing market right now. And even with that, the equivalent from Liberia that has barely no income to a place like Ghana that people can afford, $2,000. The quality between the two differs bigly. Let me sound like Donald Trump. Bigly. So even for some of us who can say, oh, I ain't paying that much money for that quality. No, it's not gonna happen. So let's do things decent that people can afford. Decent that people can afford. It's not because you make it decent, so it should be $1,500 a month. It's not realistic. You can do a simple 2-bedroom apartment, decent, and rent it for $300, and somebody will take it and live in it and feel a sense of, before you load, the way that place will be looking, it will not even attract any kind of person. They will start taking care of it. You put things in order. You do your inspection every 6 months or something. People will start to live up to that now. Before you load, it's Western standard that they're living up to, but they have no idea, but they're learning. So the next time they're leaving that place to go somewhere else, they're not looking for something below that now. They're looking for something above. If they're in that place and they're building, they're not building something beneath that. They've gotten now to know something better. So they will want to build according to that. That's how we influence the social norms, the social order of things here in Liberia. And we can do it by ourselves. Man, I tired telling you to come. We can do that thing here by ourselves. This is overwhelming. For we who decide to come early, this is overwhelming. But I have hope. I have faith. I see the massive projects going up. And I'm excited. I'm looking forward to a lot of us returning to make those things work. The community that I'm building in, I met my neighbors, and I love it because we all had the same mentality of how we wanted our community to look. In fact, one of the other boy is a engineer from the US. He's actually building his own home, design and building, and that house it's almost like you took a home from Texas and put it there in Liberia. I was in love. I'm in love. He's gonna design our community, lay it out. I mean, we're gonna get street lights, gutters, sidewalks, garbage can. Like, it's going to be a renowned neighborhood. Just because we have like-minded people, so nobody is saying, don't pass that thing from me. Anybody build their fence on our alleyway, we're going to call Public Works on you and break it down. We already said that. Everybody should respect the alleyway. We're going to have 2-car alleyway. We're not going to have the tight thing in that between the horses. The fence says when you try to bend, you got to be bending 3 times before you can enter. No, we're going to have double-car alleyway there, and we're going to enforce it. Because Liberian people, they will kind of build on the alleyway and think they can get away with it. Will break that fence down. So we're all on the same page. So those are the and once you see a couple of those communities get up and going in Liberia, you will be encouraged to come. But don't wait until that time. The opportunities are here. They're not opportunities that you might reap from right now, but trust me, it's an exit plan from America, and America is not getting better. Don't be looking for it getting better. Food is expensive, gas, everything is expensive in the US right now. The political atmosphere is not looking great either. The potential of dangerous things in the future is becoming inevitable. So you guys need an exit plan. Don't sit on the fence. Start to put things together. A hint or wise is quite sufficient. All right. Y'all know I love you. Y'all know I keep it real. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I'm going to come up with more videos. Let me know what you want to know about. I love when you reach out to me. So I know it's rainy season here, but who's visiting? Let me know. By the time we hit September, we're going to start seeing a lot of people coming down. When you come down, you better show up to my shop. Come support me. Bring that money from over there and come give it to us. We don't want living here now. We need gas in the generator. So you need to come and do that. All right. Well, if you made it this far, you definitely enjoy hanging out with me. So just hit the subscribe button and a notification button so we can do this more often, you know. Well, I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.